Hey, Chet, let's ring that bell.
Monday was International Women's Day, and because I am a big music nut, it got me thinking about some of my favorite women in rock, and there are actually quite a few, so I broke it into two groups, early 90s to today, and the good old days, pre-1990, and here we go. After much deliberation, these are the 10 female artists of the past 20 to 30 years whose work I admire the most. On the bluesy side are these two ladies, Beth Hart and the better half of the Tedeschi Trucks Band, Susan Tedeschi. There are a couple of more mainstream pop rockers who both happen to use pseudonyms, and both are incredibly talented. Lady Gaga and a young woman born, Alicia Beth Moore from Doylestown and Central Bucks West, Pink. Also on my list, the awesome Sheryl Crow and Evanescence lead singer Amy Lee. There are a couple of real rockers, Taylor Momsen, who fronts the Pretty Reckless, and Lizzie Hale of Hailstorm. And finally, a couple of newer acts, Dorothy, who fronts a rock band of the same name, and Rebecca and Megan from the band Larkin Poe. They are amazing. Now, picking my top 10 favorite classic rock ladies was real tough. Near misses included Janis Joplin, Aretha, Carole King, Joni Mitchell, Tina Turner, and even Linda Ronstadt. Sorry, none of you made the cut. The absolute favorites, in reverse order, 10 through 1. Well, number 10, the most successful all-female band ever, and they've still got the beat, the Go-Go's. Number 9, she reminded us that time after time, girls just want to have fun, Cyndi Lauper. Number 8, you knew one way or another she'd be on the list with her Heart of Glass, Deborah Harry of Blondie. Number 7, she gave us something to talk about for sure, Bonnie Raitt. Number 6, the old heartbreaker herself, Miss Pat Benatar. All right, your top 5. She sent us a message of love right from the middle of the road, the Pretenders' Chrissie Hynde. Number 4, well, she never had the hits the others on this list did, other than Because the Night, but I was a huge fan from the beginning, Patti Smith. Number 3, she loves rock and roll. Born in Wynwood outside Philly, by the way, Joan Jett. Number 2, Stand Back. She caught me in a landslide on my Edge of 17, the awesome Stevie Nicks. And straight on at number 1, those wonderful Crazy on You sisters from suburban Seattle, Hearts Ann and Nancy Wilson. Many, many wonderful rock and roll ladies.
There it is. Ring that bell.
Yes.
Time.
We have made it, Bill. Here we go. Not long ago, in fact, it was March 6th, to be exact, a guy who played an important role in the music business left us. His name is Lou Ottens, and in the early 1960s, he was a guy who helped invent, or he did invent, the cassette tape. For me, I started buying albums, and I'm talking about actual albums, LPs, in the late 1960s, and vinyl was what I bought pretty regularly all through the 70s and 80s. I never owned an 8-track player, I'm happy to say, never any 8-track tapes because they were awful. I did discover cassettes, though, in the early 70s, and I occasionally bought some of those. In fact, I got to tell you, the first couple that I bought in 1973 or 74 were by Mott the Hoople, the great Ian Hunter band. One of them entitled Mott, the other one entitled The Hoople. Mott had the hit All the Way from Memphis on it. The Hoople had a great song in there called Roll Away the Stone. I was a big fan of Mott the Hoople and Ian Hunter. Anyway, over the years, I didn't buy too many pre-recorded cassettes, just maybe a dozen to 2 dozen, but I did buy hundreds of blank cassettes over the years to make compilation cassettes. And what I would do is I would, just put a bunch of songs together, put them on a tape, and I did that from the mid-70s through the early 90s. Things like this one, 31 pop favorites, double shots of rock. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah. Modern Rock, 1993, 1994. That was one of the last ones I made. Chet's Party Tape, volumes 1, 2, and 3. And believe it or not, Bill, when I was 20 years old, I actually put out a cassette of my own. I am not kidding you. Some covers and some tunes I actually wrote myself, including a couple of big hits. Well, in my mind, they were big hits. One was called Bicentennial Bullfrog, the other Table Hockey Wizard. The cassette was called Fantasy Child, Jim Chesko. And that's a picture of me as a kid, but I actually did this when I was 20. I had a lot of issues. Anyway, my original point, Lou Ottens, who invented the cassette and was also helpful in pioneering the compact disc in the late 70s and early 80s. He died at the age of 94. So rest in peace, Mr. Lou Ottens.
You know, I'm devastated. I'm devastated to hear that you didn't own an 8-track. Who didn't own an 8-track?
I never did. I somehow managed to avoid it. But when I was, driving around with pals in the mid 1970s, when we first got our licenses, we were able to drive. Some of them did have 8-tracks in the car, and you'd be right into a great song. And then you get that click, and the thing has to change to the next track. I hated 8-tracks, and I'm glad I never had one. Oh, but you know what? With the cassettes, the funny thing was they would occasionally jam up. And so you'd have to get the pencil out and, fix them. So the pencils are in mourning, too, for Mr. Lou Ottens, who left us.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Chet, I think we need to actually figure out how to do this. We need to play a little bit of that Chesco tape you put together.
Yeah.
We need
Fantasy
to see
Child.
what it's all about, Fantasy Child.
And I actually did have a couple of several original songs. Table Hockey Wizard, of course, to the theme of Pinball Wizard, is about a buddy of mine who always beat me in table hockey. And Bicentennial Bullfrog, which I wrote in 1976 for the Bicentennial. And my friends knew about this, and they would occasionally ask me to sing it. We had a strange life growing up.
Yeah.
You're going to be a big part of this one, Bill.
Oh, and I don't
So
know
you got to stay awake and pay attention because we got to get through this. A friend of mine, a few weeks ago on Facebook asked for people to post single words or short catchphrases that would make you think of a particular television show by that single word or phrase. For example, Bill, if I said, "Bang, zoom to the moon, Alice," that would reference
Honeymooners.
There you go.
Jack
Easy
Nicholson.
one.
Or Jack
Okay.
Nicholson.
Now, I'm going to give you 20 of them. And here's the deal.
I don't even watch 20 shows.
Well, I know that's going to be the problem. You are not the greatest pop culture guy, but I'm betting $1,000. I'll put $1,000 on the line, Bill, that you're going to get at least half of these. So 10 out of the 20. Now, the problem is you're only going to have 5 seconds max to give me each response. So we'll see how you do. And of course, our viewers and listeners can play along at home. Sadly, there are no prizes to award, and please, no wagering, anybody. No wagering.
We could divvy up that $1,000, but go ahead.
All right, here we go, Bill. We are starting right now. Number 1, Dynamite.
That was a J.J. Walker guy.
The show. I need the show.
Oh, I don't know. I got the good with J.J. Walker.
I will give you the answer at the end. Number 2, this tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Mission Impossible.
Woo! Number 3, pretty good.
No idea.
I didn't think so. Number 4, Kiss My Grits.
Oh, shoot. I've heard that one 100 times. Oh, and I can Flo. Was that the name of the show? Flo?
I'm going to give you credit for it was Alice, but that's close enough.
Flo was the one that did it.
Yes, Flo was the one who did it on the show Alice. All right, here we go.
That was good catch by me.
Number 5, We Were on a Break.
No idea.
Okay, same show. How you doing? We'll come back to that one. You're so disappointing, Bill. Number 6, Danger, Will Robinson.
Lost in Space.
Number 7, Bazinga.
That's Sheldon Cooper.
The show. Come on.
Big Bang Theory.
Yes. All right, number 8, I Know Nothing.
Hogan's Heroes.
Whoa. Number 9, Live Long and Prosper.
Don't know.
Number 10, No Soup for You.
Who's the soup Nazi guy?
Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I just need the show. I don't need the character.
It's easier for me to get the character. I don't know.
Number 11, what you talking about, Willis? We'll come back to that. Number 12, Norm.
Cheers.
Thank God. Number 13, That's What She Said.
No idea.
Number 14, Up Your Nose with a Rubber Hose.
Was that actually a show?
No, it's a line, a catchphrase from a show.
Happy Days.
No.
No.
Number 15, you're going to get this one. Book 'em, Dano.
Yeah, my favorite. Hawaii 5-0. The
There you
original
go.
Hawaii 5-0.
Number 16, Bill, if you don't get this one, I'm going to come down there and bop you in the head. The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Wide World of Sports.
Thank God. Number 17, Sock It To Me, Baby.
Heard that a million times. How about Cotter?
No. Number 18. Oh, you won't get this one. I'm gonna put it out there anyway. It's gonna be Legend. Wait for it. Dairy.
No idea.
I didn't think so. Number 19. Will you stifle?
No idea.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one to you. Meathead.
Oh, All in the Family.
Same show, yes. I'm giving you that one. Number 20, and finally, Thank You Very Much.
No idea.
All right. I think you got 8 out of the 20.
All right.
To review.
Where's the $1,000 going?
Yeah, I don't know. Dynamite was good times. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Mission Impossible. Pretty good. You've never seen it. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Number 4, Kiss My Grits, was Alice. Number 5, We Were on a Break. And How You Doing? We're both from Friends. Tell me you haven't watched Friends.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Danger, Danger, Will Robinson, Lost in Space. You got Bazinga, The Big Bang Theory. You got Hogan's Heroes. Number 9, Bill, Live Long and Prosper. Star Trek.
Never.
Wow. Okay. No Soup for You and Yada, 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 both from Seinfeld. What you talking about, Willis? Different Strokes. Norm, of course, was Cheers. That's What She Said. The Office. Loved The Office.
Never watched it.
Up Your Nose with a Rubber Hose was Welcome Back, Cotter.
Cotter, yeah.
Book 'em, Dano, you got Hawaii 5-0. You got Wide World of Sports. Sock It To Me, Baby, Bill. Rowan Martin's Laughing.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be Legend. Wait for it. Dairy. How I Met Your Mother. I knew you didn't watch that one.
No.
And then we had All in the Family. And the final one, thank you very much, was Taxi, Latka.
There you go. Hey,
That's your random Chet, kids.
All right, Chet. Hey, it's time to ring the bell.
Let's do it, Bill. Here we go. You'll remember back in January. Oh, I know you remember that we talked about Gwyneth Paltrow and her special candles. Well, this is something of a smelly sequel to that, Bill.
Oh,
yeah, here we go. Who doesn't love the smell of a dive bar? Now, don't snicker. Apparently, a lot of people do enjoy that scent. I'm not kidding you. Well, Miller Lite last week unveiled a limited edition candle collection called Bar Smells. I'm not kidding. Proceeds from the sale of the candles going to a nonprofit that supports folks in the service industry. Each of the 3 candle varieties goes for $20 a piece. It's a beer garden candle. You can get game day bar. And yes, as I mentioned, dive bar. That one is said to combine elements including musk, pine, yeast, and tobacco. Said Miller Lite, we're excited that our drinkers will be able to bring a little bit of their favorite bar home with them, all while supporting the industry we love and miss. Well, I'm sorry, folks, but all of these candles have unfortunately sold out. They did so almost immediately, and it's not known whether they'll be coming back in stock or not, Bill. Bill, would you like a candle that smelled like a dive bar?
No, and I can promise you my wife would not either. Is it like 10 years of crusty old cigarette smell or what? What?